Hello Ghana, hello Africa, welcome once again to this wonderful channel. Meeting the Billy. Yes, you are watching Billy Snaps on YouTube. Kindly subscribe to the channel and let's update you on every single content that you want to watch right here. Yes, Billy Snap, we are snapping every single thing that is under the sun, call it X, to get you what you love on your screen right away. Big thanks to my sponsors, Mummy's Enterprise. If you want the best place to buy on Marrakech stuff, go to Mummy's Enterprise located at Amassama Eastern Road. If you want to buy Yas Sanitary Pad, Yas Product, Yas Restaurant, Yas Food Bash, go and buy the Yas Restaurant. And also Power Foods. Big thanks to Dr. Welcome Next Friday and all his legal executive club for always, upholding me to always get the best for you right over here. And we are in Kumasi, and then they are Kumasi, yeah, back Kumasi. Yeah, we do Kumasi, I can say, yeah, back or say crew. The 2-4, yes, no sense to the second, or no, the national bar, yet the update with them. And then we're talking about, the newly ultra modern. We're talking about, the terminal that you're going to have the commission coming on Friday. But today we're going to have the inspection. Here's the ministry and also the aviation sectors, heads have, demonstrated some of what the things that they're going to do or how the airport is going to, function and how is it going to, go through about. But for now, the, ministers, I want to pass it through. I'm going to take everything will be on point before the official commission. Until we hear more, be a boy, videos because it's strictly, very, high. The students is very high. You can't just enter into the airport and get some of the show that you want. But with help from, JP and other stuff, we were able to, get it on board by, getting these videos. And to Michelle, I say, oh, shit, yeah. And the video is very clear. We are going to go through, we're going to hear what the MP was saying.
Intention is to take it over 2 kilometers. So, but that is the phase 2 works. For phase 3, the terminal is built approximately 12,000 squares on 3 levels. So where we are standing now is the first level. We have the second level and then the third level. The third level is more of the facilitation to the aero bridges. So, and then some security areas, CCTV rooms where it will be dealt by the AFSEC. So where we are is where you begin to travel. And when we get to the second level is when you begin to exit, in a nutshell. So I believe that as we make the progress, we'll go there. But in terms of the works, the contractor has finished all his contractual obligations under the contract, and that Ghana Airport have taken over under the recommendation of the consultant.
But in terms of the runway, who is doing the extension of the taxiway?
It's all the contractor, which is a phase 3.
So in a nutshell, the contractor has not completely finished the job.
No, he's not finished the phase 3 works. But he's finished the phase 2 works.
But you are saying that you brought part of the phase 3 to phase 2.
Exactly.
And once you brought it to be part of phase 2, it means that he hasn't finished the phase 2.
He's not finished
the phase 2 completely because it still has a taxiway and the extension to do.
Okay.
Because you've taken it out of phase 3 and brought it to phase 2.
Okay, Minister. I want
them to understand,
okay,
because they will go. If you don't take time,
all right,
you know what they can do.
Okay. The scope of the phase 2 did not include even the apron. It did not include the taxi link, and it did not include the runway.
Okay.
So the phase 2 was just the building and all the land side facilitation, the car parking, the access roads, and where we are to how to come here. But it became very needful to bring part of the phase 3 into the phase 2. Other than that, it doesn't lead to functionality of the terminal. And all the equipment, which is very critical to the operation of the terminal, were sitting within the phase 3 package. So we had to bring it in. So as we speak, part of the phase 3 has been taken over because the facilities that need to run the terminal are all now functioning.
Are you okay? Because I didn't want you to go and ask me that question. There was no way I was going to be able to explain to you as we have done. Because initially, when we had a discussion with them, we realized that the phase 2 was an isolated item. And if it is done without part of the phase 3, it was going to be difficult for the airport to be very functional. So we had a discussion with them, and based on the discussion with and understanding that we all had, we needed to bring part of the phase 3 to be part of phase 2 so that we can have a functional facility. Because there wouldn't be any benefit if we have this edifice here without getting the equipment and the taxiway and the runway to be effective to attract the needed planes, which will be aircraft, which will be beneficial to the people. So we had no option than to sit down with them. But we'll be able to strike some level of understanding. Though people are saying that, yeah, we are in the IMF period, but government believes that this edifice is so important for the people of this country. And if you look at the Ghana Airport Company, if you look at the people who travel, about between the middle section to the northern section of this country, we have about between 55 to 60% of people who travel coming from this zone. And we think that it is important that we take the facility closer to them, rather than always them traveling to Accra to board the plane outside the country. And what is that we needed to do was to make sure that we attract certain aircraft to this way. And if you want to attract certain aircraft to this way, it means that your runway must be standard, as he said, that if you are going to attract the 737 to come, you must have a certain level of runway, the taxiway, the parkway, all these shouldn't have been part of phase 3. Because if indeed it was going to be part of phase 3, it means that we are not going to operate the facility effectively. So basically that is what we have done, and I think that the media will recommend us for that. Instead of, yes, we know that you have been a watchdog on us, but if this decision has been taken, I think it's good. So basically, let's go run and see what we have.
What's happening to Kumasi Airport is that we are no more going to run the old facility. By the airport design, the old facility doesn't meet the international standard, which is the ICANN. All right. The aim is that we need to do 150 meters from the center line of runway, should have no obstruction of a building or any facility. So that is why the terminal sits where it is. So if you do the calculations, 150 meters from here, from the front to the runway is 150 meters. So by the time this total airport is done, the existing facility will be broken down, demolished and cleared. So on the sides of the runway, you're going to have reservations, which are all going to be green vegetation.
So let me ask you a question. When are you going to build the full terminal?
Okay. I mean, as part of the contract, it became very necessary that the contractor understood that he was working within an airport operational area, and that the client was going to cede the space to build piecemeal. So now that is exactly what we are doing. So once this terminal becomes operational, what then it means is that the old terminal should migrate to here, absolutely, including all the VVIP facilitations.
So when are you going to finish the taxiway from that area?
Okay. The contractor is in progress, and the aim was to get this taxi link, so this will be functional. And hopefully, I'm assuming that it will be somewhere in July, if all goes to plan. Because the rainfall has the potential of affecting the earthworks, and that you need to achieve the standard strengths and capacities within the pavement to allow.
So now, if this terminal is going to be functional, it means that after checking here, you have to walk to the inside.
All right. I think what is going to happen is that I understand from operations that I think you don't have your necessary.
The runway. No.
The runway.
The runway.
The taxiway is ready.
On the 10th of May.
So it means that if you commission this one, it will be ready for you to be used.
Yes.
Okay.
But there is a
But the
criticality. There's a criticality to that.
Okay.
The operation of aircraft on the aprons are done from the air traffic control, and the current air traffic control is not completed.
No, that one civil aviation is working on it. I've had a discussion with them. They said they will be on site next week. Okay. Because there was some disagreement between them and the contractor about certain gadgets. They think that those were not the thing that they recommended for. But they're having a discussion with the contractor, and I'm sure they will find a way out.
Okay, all right.
Because when Akawo came for the inspection, there were certain things that they thought that we needed to fix it. And I think that based on that, so they're having a discussion with the contractor, and I'm sure by a week or two. But my point is that I want the Ghana Airport Company, in terms of you are in charge of infrastructure, to finish your infrastructure. The regulator will deal with the regulation, and I don't want anybody to miss the two. Okay. Let civil aviation handle the regulation side, but in terms of the physical infrastructure, in terms of building and the taxiway and the runway, that is why I want Ghana Airport Company to concentrate on it, get it done, and also the
Sense to facilitate. If you drop in the car park, you have to make your way on the ramps and then cross the section. And believe that Ghana Airport will determine which doors will be for the entry and which doors will be for the exit. And that is purely based on their operational protocols that they have. So basically, this is the drop-off area. And once you come here, you have trolleys parked on both flanks where you can drop off. All right. So once you've gone past, so this is probably like a lunch for you to fill the form, and then your weight is 3 months. So once you drop your luggage,
you can put it.
yes.
So this is the way where we wait the bag. Then when they dispatch it, the main line there is a collector belt. It's first come, first serve approach. So as and when there's a slot on so you're able to see all angles of the bag. If you are hiding anything in the bag, they will expose it. The aviation security will be able to see that and flag the bag for questioning. So that is the kind of system.
What's the, are you using Smith or what's the
Smith Hyman. Yes, please.
Ramadan.
Then we'll be checking in.
Airfares is giving a lead. So it's like a traffic light kind of thing. And it goes through the system, which will go backwards. So this scanner can process 500 bags per hour. 500 bags per hour. And the critical aircraft can be doing 200 passengers. So the assumption is that every passenger has to pass. So this one alone can do 500. So assuming this breaks down, everything will go through the other one. So it means that there is no situation where there is a shutdown.
detect anything, it passes the information to the level 2 screener, who will also do the analysis of it. If the the human being says, no, this bag is dreadful and it needs to be relooked, then he will reject. So this is where we do the reject and accept of a bag. Then it goes to level 3. The independent aviation security person who is sitting in the middle. So he has no, he will be there and then the image will also come. He has a lot of time to really evaluate the bag. If he is also not satisfied, then we have level 4, which is physical inspection.